All right, welcome everybody. It is Chris Duane. I'm calling you from Morristown, New Jersey, which is the home of the American Revolution and what I hope to be the conscious evolution of humanity, because now our problems are reaching a everything bubble proportions, that the entire global economy is wrapped up into the whole consumer debt paradigm that profited the United States for so long. And now every market is in the everything bubble. And 2024 promises to be a year of jubilee where we are free from all these debts and sins and lies and all sorts of low energy vibrations that's holding down humanity. All of it can go away overnight in a jubilee, in one single judgment day. So this is not something that can't be done or should be done in a generation or two. This can be done overnight, anytime, as soon as humanity gets to a conscious decision to say, hey, we've had enough. Everybody's broke. We've got enough wars. All of our politicians are criminally, sexually compromised people. Big banking systems have control over it. It's got to end, and it can happen overnight. In fact, one of the things that I think is going to be unique about the silver story is how it's involved in all sorts of different aspects of it simply by just being there. First of all, underneath our banking system, prior to what our current modern day digital illusion of wealth banking system, it used to rely about how many coins of silver or gold that you had. But ever since the crime of 1873, they favored that. The banksters have favored that because they own all the gold. The monetary power of gold over silver, so much so that the gold to silver ratio right now, this is something I haven't watched lately, is now 88 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. There's 6 times more gold above ground in vaults than there is physical silver. So that means that gold should be worth far less than silver. And silver is got half of all the patents associated with metals. Half of them revolve around physical silver. So it's a criminally suppressed for 150 years. It is the most widely used, versatile, strategic metal that's been criminally suppressed by an illegal Ponzi scheme that presses down the price of silver the more that we buy the physical silver. It benefits us, but at some point it's going to break the entire banking system, because it's not something, when you're dealing with commodities, you actually have to deal with the ultimate underlying asset. And if there's multiple claims upon each underlying asset, that means the whole thing goes bust. In fact, the last person that I know that went to go review Fort Knox was Stephen Mnuchin, who was the Treasury Secretary, I think, under Trump. And he says, I guess the gold is there. That is not going to inspire confidence in a global generational debt-based fiat Ponzi pop. So I said 2024 is going to be the year of jubilation, and what we're going to need is some mind-blowing truth. So I came up with this design, truth bomb, just by putting a little cap on it, saying truth in 2024. I also did this one today too, because I come out with 2 coins a week. This is another new design. It's called Silver Shield Sheriff A1. This is a design that we've done, Duncan and I, where it shows the expression of the feminine and the masculine in one singular piece. So my feeling is that the current law enforcement, military, and intelligence agencies are, outdated, outmoded, and that a brand new Silver Shields sheriff would be a great way of transferring a lot of wealth and power to the truth movement out there. So I designed these coins as a kind of like a conception art for people to get their mind wrapped around that we need a higher law and order. You need something higher above what we have right now, because all the institutions are racked with all sorts of inability for them to clear themselves of all their own problems. The only person that I've seen to be able to do this pretty effectively was Elon Musk when he took over Twitter and fired basically 90% of the staff out there. That's basically what the entire economy is, a 90% garbage economy of people hanging on who need to get revalued inside the system. And this is all going to happen eventually when silver breaks its bonds with the banking system. When silver breaks through, or what I think is going to end up happening is if they criminalize crypto, where the SEC pulls it on Tether, being USDT counterfeiting scheme that gave all the underlying value to Bitcoin because they made leverage bets on it. into this $1.6 trillion crypto Ponzi scheme, that would have a bifurcation collapse on the woke broke crowd, and save the traditional crowd of all the people who are still working, underneath tremendous laboring with all the taxes out there, and save the traditional banking system of the checking, savings, and money market account, when the whole stock market's probably going to go down to zero, bond markets, all these other things are going to go crazy. There's only a certain amount of room in the world for all the assets to get inside if silver. And if the demand comes in too fast, it will balloon the price, and then it has all the derivatives popping on Wall Street, and the whole system's going to go. And it was rigged like that because it was able to drag the system out longer and longer and longer. Now that I've been in it for 13 years, I'm amazed every day that they can keep the system going. But at some point, it's going to pop, and then we're going to need something new to go in there and go clean it out. So I came up with this pretty cool design for the Silver Shield group members. So my job is to continue to get out front, tell the silver story, because it really is the only story at the end of the day. It's involved in the finances. It's involved in the military aspect, human consciousness. It's a great way of transferring wealth from one paradigm to the next. All right. Thank you.